Welcome to Profitability. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to your small business and you. I'm your host, Ruth King. Thank you for joining us. Here is how we will help your business and you today. You have a great product and a great message that you know is right for a potential customer. How do you get her to pay attention? How do you get the right message to her so that she takes your call, agrees to an appointment, and you get the opportunity to sell a product you know will help her? My guest today, Heather Ann Havenwood, gives you the secrets to getting your right message to your right potential customer. Heather is CEO of Havenwood Worldwide. She is a serial entrepreneur and is regarded as a top authority on internet marketing, business strategies, and marketing. Since marketing her very first product, online business, in 1999, she brings together clients and personal coaches. She has also played an active role in the online marketing world since before most even had a home computer. Heather, welcome to Profitability.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Back in 99 is when I first got started. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. Back in 99, most people didn't even have an email address or a website.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Crazy. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for saying yes.
Oh, my pleasure. So let's talk about, I mean, you're an expert from the marketing side and you've been doing so much online, and we have the traditional world and the online world, but you know, who really is your market? I mean, how do we know who our market is?
That's a great question. So, Ruth, I work with a lot of business owners that when they come to me, they say, well, here's all the services, here's everything that I do. And they say, well, who are you, what's your market? And they'll go, everyone. I'm like, wrong answer. You know, and the reality of that is when you do a marketing plan, i.e. you're trying to get customers to E, call you, or B, you're trying to get them to what I call opt-in, or what I call raise their hand to say, yes, I'm interested in something that you might be providing. What you want to do is pick one market. Now, you might have multiple services, and I get that. However, for one service, you want to pick one market, okay? And that one service might go after different markets, but for all in purposes of media buying and message to market, you want to pick one. Let me give you an example of two examples. One, I work with a company called skinnybeam.com where it's really fun here in Austin. You lay down and you lose 10 to 20, basically 10 inches, 2 to 10 inches, in 30 minutes or less, just laying there and doing nothing. How cool is that? Who can use that? Everyone, right?
Yeah.
But that's not what we did. Our market is women 35 to 50.
Got it.
Because we know women are a little vain and we love to look good. Now, not that men aren't vain or men don't want to look good either. It's just that we know that that market will buy that. Right? So yes, do we have 20-year-olds? Yes. Do we have men who are in their 50s? Do we have men in their 40s? We do get that. We get that clientele. But when we did all of our marketing, meaning our colors, our design, our message to market, when we do media buying, it is to one market, women 35 to 50.
Got it. Okay, that's pretty clear. I mean, you know exactly who it is. So, and then you also say one message.
One message. So our message for that one, to stay with that example, lose 2 to 10 inches in 30 minutes. And there's a few things with that message. One, it causes a curiosity. It causes what I call the BS meter to go, what?
Yeah.
There's a couple things there. Also, it's that I get to do nothing and I get what I want. I do nothing, I get what I want. Right? Which is I lose weight and I do nothing. So there's with the laziness factor, right? I sit there, I do nothing, I make money. Right. So we want to, inside the tagline or the focus is you want to have something that causes that reaction, either a curiosity or a feel good or a desire, so that your market is instantly attracted to that. I live here in Austin, Texas, and down the street, no kidding, about half a mile from me is Whole Foods, corporate. All the big dogs are there. And their experience when you walk into the entire, it was like 3 stories, it's huge, is that the feel good. It's the feel good. I'm here, I'm now healthy. Literally, you walk in and you're like, I'm healthy.
Got it. Yeah.
That's an example.
Well, you talk about your market listening, your market watching, and things along those lines. As you said, one message, be clear. And, when you say the voice, what do you mean by the voice?
So the voice of the message is basically who's going to be the voice of your company. Now, we're used to like Nike and big brands where they buy the voices, right? They buy a celebrity to be a voice of. When you're dealing with a small business, we can't do that, which is fine. But the business owner doesn't necessarily have to be the voice. Okay. The voice could be someone who's an employee. It could be somebody that you hire as an actor. It could be the owner or the wife of the owner or the husband of the owner, right? Yep. So you want to select somebody, what I call a mirror match to your market. So with the Skinny Beam, even though my boyfriend and I both own it, my fiance, I'm a lot of the times I am the voice of the business because I'm a mirror match to the market, right? Not necessarily always him because he's the authority figure. And in some of my other businesses, I've hired people to say, now you're the voice. You're the image that I want to basically create. So the reason I say that is lots of times chiropractors, dentists, local businesses, printing companies are like, a voice? How do I have a voice? How do I do that? And the best way to do that is create the market such that who you're going to attract. That's what you want to do.
All right. When we get back, we're going to talk about some more about what PR is really and your rule about PR. So we'll be right back. Thanks for watching.
In the 10,000-year history of the marketplace, this has never happened before.
The age of the customer is subducting age of the seller. The age of the customer is going over top, age of the seller is going down. This is what it looks like. Notice what's happening. The seller still owns the product. The customer still has control of the buying decision, but who has control of the information now? Competitiveness is table stakes. It's not the corner of the realm anymore. It's understood. It's a commodity, being competitive. But relevance, that's different. Being relevant trumps being competitive. It's okay to fall in love with what you do. It's not okay to fall in love with how you do it.
We are back. Thanks for watching Profitability. Before the break, we were talking about the fact that you have to have one voice, you have to have one message, and you can't be all things to all people, right, Heather?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk about your rule about PR. How do we make it easy for them to say yes?
Okay, great. So I'll use me as an example and being on this show, right? Because that's a great example. And when I reached out to your company and said, hey, I'm interested in doing this. I think I could add value. Number one piece, I think I can add value. Mirror match. I looked at your business. I think I could add value. I'm going to reach out. Okay. The number one thing of that is, are you going to be able to add value to that person or person or service or whatnot? Number two is make it easy for them to say yes to. What I mean by that is, if you go to my website, heatherhavenwood.com/media, everything is there for you. So whoever it was, your assistant, looked at that and boom, within 30 seconds, probably 10 seconds, she made a decision. Yes, no, it's a mirror match. Yes, it's going to work, right? Now let's take it to business, all right? So in skinnybeam.com, again, when you go to that site, I make it really easy for them to basically purchase us, right? It's all about saying yes to us really easily. Now it might be a money is saying yes, or it might be a phone call saying yes, or it might be, hey, let me opt in to say yes. But what the challenging thing is, a lot of local businesses is that they make it difficult, right, to do business with them. Like, you got to go through all these hoops, or you got to fill out all these forms. It's like, get them in the office, get them on the phone, get them in interaction with you as fast as possible, right? It might be one step, might be email, one, it might be a phone call, two, it might be just saying, hey, I want them on the program. Whatever that simple yes is, you want to get to as fast as possible.
Got it. All right, and you say you always have to be open. You know, what do you say, trying to think like them? Isn't that what we want to do for them to say yes?
Yes, we do want them to say yes. But the biggest mistake, I think, is that we trying to think like them. Let me say another way. In the local business market, or I'm going back to chiropractic and dentists and a vet even, they try to over-educate. Right? They try to educate and teach the consumer what they know versus just saying, yes, you want this teeth cleaning, come on in, versus a whole, you have this choice and this choice and this choice. It's being open to just being able to say, yes to whomever it is, right? If our market's women 35 to 55, we're not going to say no to a client coming in who's a male over 50, right? We're going to be able to say, great, let's do more of that. If we do it in a marketing plan specifically, we might say, hey, we found that actually police officers love our skinny beam, I guess because they're always like with their belts, right? So like we love our police officers, so we're doing a thing about reduction of price for our police officers and firefighters, right? They want to be skinny too. So it's being opened versus just really singular on your market, being open to what shows up and kind of noticing what happens.
Well, that's a great way for cross-promotional activity. As you talk about with the police and the fire officers, I'm sure there's other things you can do with them that make more people want to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we saw one of our clients, Donna and I were hanging out like at an IHOP kind of place eating, and we see all the cops come in, and one of our clients is there, but we don't, we're like, don't look at them because, hey, how's the skinny beam working for you? You're probably going to not very do well in his man world of the cops. But the cross promo is what we realize is the more we focus with the women, we realize they're the ones who bring in the men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Always. They're like, honey, hubby, whatever, you're coming in and doing this. That's kind of what we found. And that's how they kind of drag them in. And that's what I call cross promotion. And or you find like right now we're working with a yoga studio. They're kind of a half yoga, half, I don't know, whatever they do. It's kind of a yoga thing. And we cross promote with them. I mean, we go into their office and communicate with the women because they're 35 to 50. And we communicate them. And that's a mass affiliate cross promotion that we do. All
right. And you talk about, and I talk about this all the time, it's all in the numbers. If something's working, you know it. If something's not working, you know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what was hard for my boyfriend, who's a doctor, is when he looked at it, he was like, well, everyone needs it. Everyone needs to lose belly fat because if they lose belly fat, then they're going to be more healthier. And that, on and on it goes from a medical standpoint. And he's right. He's absolutely correct. However, we use 100% the vanity play, right? Like just look better and feel better. And then we'll down the line, we'll get you healthy.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later on. So
right.
In the last 30 seconds we have together, what is the one thing you would say to somebody who wants to get their message out?
So what I would say to them is be focused on what clear your message is. Number 2, being clear on who your target market is. And 3, asking the question, where are they? So those 3 steps.
Very good. Heather, I've got your email address, and you've also got a new book out called Sexy Boss, which is great. Yes. And if you want to reach Heather, you can do it through her website. Heather, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll be right back with the business tip of the day. And thanks for watching Profitability.
Celebrate the divine feminine spirit in you. Unlock a woman's powerful mindset through the new book, You're Already Sexy, Get Your Sassy Back. Learn to reconnect confidence, feel courageous, and be dynamic. Live your inspired, beautiful, sassy life. You're already sexy. Get your sassy back.
Here's your business tip of the day. A business plan is a waste of time. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this comment over and over again. And unfortunately, it's true. If you simply write a plan because you need to get a loan, put it in a drawer once you get the loan, and never look at it again. A business plan really doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be a complicated document that takes hours and hours to write. It can be 3 pages that you put on the wall. Why put it on the wall? Well, because the only way a business plan works is if it is implemented and tracked. By putting it on the wall, you see it every day and are reminded about what you plan to do. Is planning necessary? Absolutely. If you don't plan, you'll get somewhere, and it may not be where you want to go. So what are those 3 pages? Your goals, your marketing activities, and your budget. That's it. Make it simple so it's easy to track, and you can see where you are every month with respect to those goals, marketing, and budget. If you have a tip of the day you'd like to share or just a question, call me at 770-729-8000. Email is rking@profitabilityrevolution.com. My Twitter handle is @RuthKing, LinkedIn is RuthKing1, and Facebook is Profitability Revolution Paradigm. If you like today's program, spread the word. Help a fellow small business owner make more money too. Thank you for joining us. Choose one thing that you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great and profitable day.